Afternoon, folks. Oh, afternoon here while I'm filming on this. Take a minute to say thanks for the comments, the follows, the likes, all that happy stuff. If you like my content, keep commenting, following, and liking, and we'll keep producing. Today's a little different. Day life things to do outside the barn. Get your mind out of the gutter. You can do that in the barn as well as outside the barn. Just don't do it in the hay because it'll hurt. Or throw a blanket down first. Well, we'll start with that. Here in New England, there are, especially New Hampshire and Vermont, there are plenty of clothing optional places for specifically gay men. There's some right over in Vermont within a couple-hour drive of me. They're supposed to be pretty nice. They're resort type. There's a very nice place to go skinny dipping and a nice cool mountain spring in the summer. I wouldn't recommend it in the fall. Like shrinkage is a thing you're into, and if so, hey, go for it. There's gardening, that's seasonal, and you don't have to be quite rural as you would for, say, livestock that needs acreage. You can do a small garden in the backyard. You can even do that in the buff if you want. Some do, some don't. I don't garden right now because gardening just myself is not enjoyable to me. And I turned it into pasture for the sheep, and it can be turned back into good garden with just a few passes of the tiller. There's hiking. There's New Hampshire has a 4,000 footer club. There's multiple 4,000 plus foot mountains here that you can hike. There's a lot of smaller hiking trails if you're not up to the challenges of 6 miles of hiking. I don't get bothered by that because I do 5 or 6 miles a day on foot for my work. So it's really not much more to add. You got hiking, you got bicycling if you like cycling. I'd recommend the ones that you actually pedal for the better exercise. But if you want the electrical, the e-bikes, go ahead. There's plenty of places for those. You have ATVs, dirt bikes, four-wheelers. There are multiple clubs here in New Hampshire. Many, many miles of trails, different challenges, from beginners to very advanced. There's even some competitions. There's a huge festival up in Berlin, New Hampshire every year. It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still a fairly good gathering of ATV enthusiasts that get together and usually get drunk and ride. I don't recommend doing it that way. I ride and then drink when I'm done riding for the day, but that's just me personally. Everyone do your own. You got hiking, biking, ATVs, swimming, gardening. Let me know if you think of other things, because there's plenty of seclusion, and get your mind out of the gutter again. But yeah, that's a few things you can do outside the barn. I got to go back up and check on the horse because we just brought a new horse home and they're getting along, but I don't like leaving them unsupervised too long. So keep up the good work, and I will try and keep up the good work for you. Thank you.